Good morning, beloveds. I'm a little, I'm a little sad today. I went for a ride this morning, and I rode past a bird in the street, and I thought about it, and I turned around and I came back, and I thought, okay, maybe it's just stunned, and because it was sitting up, and I can get it out of the road, and so I did. I got it. I kind of, I hate to say this, chased it, kind of over to the curb, and then I did actually manage to pick it up and put it in the grass. And when my hands came away, I was like, "This bird is not stunned. This bird is injured." So the only thing I could do was I put it in a place of safety on the off chance that it's a minor injury, and it can, recover and fly off. So it's not, run over, and blessed it. And that's all I can do. And sometimes that's all we can do. And I just have to know that that was enough. And so it's sad. It was a beautiful, beautiful bird. It was a dark green back and a yellow, yellow belly, bright yellow belly, and there were white and black around its eyes. And I mean, just a gorgeous little bird. I've never seen. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a native bird, where it came from. But it's that kindness, that compassion in our nature that makes us stop and do things like that. And yeah, it's sad, but it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. So, and then I just finished my ride, and I'm gonna move on with my day. And I'm gonna have that bird in the back of my head for the rest of the day, and just know that it's that the best for it is what happens. So, all right. It is September 24th. Our title is "The Essence of Love Expresses Through Me as Harmony." And our quote today is, Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind." And that's Philippians 2:2. The law of the Lord is perfect, and the law of the Lord is love. You are made perfect in the law when you enter into the conscious communion with love. It is only through love that the law can fulfill itself in your experience, because love harmonizes everything, unifies everything. You can never make the most perfect use of the law of your life unless the use is motivated by love. As the artist weds himself to beauty, imbibing the essence or spirit of beauty, that it may be transmitted to the canvas or awaken the cold marble to living form, so you must wed yourself to love. You must imbibe its spirit. This love is more than a sentiment. It is a deep sense of the underlying unity and beauty of all life, the goodness running through everything, the givingness of life to everything. Say, today I bestow the essence of love upon everything. Everyone shall be lovely to me. My soul meets the soul of the universe in everyone. Everything is beautiful. Everything is meaningful. This love is a healing power, touching everything into wholeness, healing the wounds of experience with its divine balm. I know that this love essence is the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flowing through my whole being, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. It flows in transcendent loveliness into my world of thought and form, ever renewing, vitalizing, bringing joy, harmony, and blessing to everything and everyone it touches. All right. So let's go back to the line where it says, love is more than a sentiment. Because it is. Love is a feeling, but love is also an action. And there are a wide variety of kinds of love. If you go back and look at the Greeks, they had 7 or 9 different words for love. And I think there are a number of cultures where they have more than one word for love. And in the West, we tend to use love for everything. And that makes it confusing, especially in relationship, because we tend to objectify love rather than subjectify love. We tend to forget that when we love living beings, that they have their own thoughts and feelings. And so they get to make their own choices. And they get to make choices that we don't always agree with. But we have to accept them in that love. And I think that's what they're talking about when they talk about love harmonizes everything. Because when people that you love make choices that you don't agree with, if you love them, then you will support them in those decisions. And if you can't support them in those decisions, then the least that you can do is, I'm not going to say, yeah, I am going to say, you shut your mouth and walk away. Okay? But what I mean by that is, if you don't agree with the decision that someone has made that you love, then you say that and you can give them reasons why. And then you shut your mouth and you walk away. Because you can't talk them out of it if they're not going to listen to you. And all it's going to do is strain the relationship. So when somebody that you love makes a decision that you do not agree with, say what you're going to say. Say it kindly, say it lovingly, say it compassionately. And when you have said your piece, then you stop. And you let them do what they're going to do. And if when you have said your piece, you say, I'll be here for you, then you dang well better be there for them. And if you have said your piece and said, I'm not going to watch this, then, then they know that you're not going to be there. If the decision works out the way you think it will, not the way they think it will. So that's and that's kind of that idea of, we call it tough love. So that's that idea, but that's that harmony. Because if you truly love someone and they make a decision that you don't like and you keep pecking at them, that's not harmonious. But if you have said what you've wanted to say, and then you stop and you just let it be, you let it be. I'm not saying necessarily let them be, but you let it be. Then the harmony can happen. Whether they succeed or fail, it doesn't matter, because you will have left yourself in a position of harmony with them, and it may work out unbelievably. You could be wrong, So even tough love is harmonizing, and so anytime we do anything, we want to be motivated by love, but we want to be motivated by subjective love, not objective love. And the difference is because objective love means, what does it do for me? Without taking into account the subject's thoughts and feelings. That's the difference between objective love and subjective love. Because when we love an object, it really is all about us. And if we turn a living being into an object and turn it into all about us, that's not harmonizing, because it's not necessarily, frequently not beneficial to the subject. So bear that in mind when you are making decisions in love, when others that you love are making decisions, because it really is about that harmony. And sometimes the harmony is about us keeping our mouth shut. And I have no idea where that came from. So there we are. Somebody needs to hear it, including maybe me. So, September 24th, the essence of love expresses through me as harmony. So, there are lots of different kinds of love: brotherly love, parental love, spiritual love, romantic love, erotic love. So, and there's more. I can't think of the rest of them. I think there's even in the Greek, there's a civic love. Okay. So there's a wide variety. And then, like I said, you can break it down into objective and subjective. So it would be helpful to have more than one word for love. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. And that's Philippians 2.2, or 2:2. The law of the Lord is perfect. So the law of the Lord is whole. The law of the Lord is love. If we think that God is love, then the law is love. That is the energy, that is the power behind the law. The law does not judge. You are made perfect in the law when you enter into the conscious communion with love. It is only through love that the law can fulfill itself in your experience, because love harmonizes everything, unifies everything. So even when we disagree, if we do it in love, then there will be harmony. And it really is about looking at the underlying unity, about recognizing that we're all one, about going out of our way not to harm. And there are ways to harm that we don't think about. I mean, there are the obvious ones where we physically and emotionally and mentally hurt each other. But there's also the neglect. Don't neglect yourself. Don't neglect people that you care about. Don't neglect people that, so recognize that we're all one. And we all have the same basic needs for love. You can never make the most perfect use of the law of your life unless that use is motivated by love. And when you are motivated by love, that's where I want you to go back and ask yourself, is this about my ego, or is this truly love? Does this take into account the other parties involved? And that's really, because ego has one job, and that is you. And that is its job. Ego is not bad, but ego has one job, and that is to look out for you. So when you are using a law and you want to double check yourself, then you want to look at it and go, well, who does this benefit? Does this benefit me? Okay. Does this benefit other people? Okay. Does it hurt anybody? And if it does, then you can go, well, that might be a little ego. Maybe I need to tweak this. I'm not saying the whole idea is wrong. You just may want to tweak it a little bit. So, and that way you can get your ego out of the way. Trust me, I work on my ego a lot. It's like, wait, let me think about this for a minute. Is this my ego? And simply by getting good at asking that question, you'll get good at recognizing it. Because your ego has a job. Your ego is very important. But your ego should be sitting in the passenger seat, not the driver's seat. As the artist weds himself to the beauty, imbibing the essence of beauty, that it may be transmitted to the canvas or awaken the cold marble to living form, so you must wed yourself to love. And you must wed yourself to love in its whole aspect, in its harmonizing aspect, in its unifying aspect. You gotta, it's all in. It's all in. It's all in with divine love. It is all in with divine love. You must imbibe its spirit. The love is more than a sentiment. It is an action. Love is action. Love is a noun and a verb and an adjective and probably an adverb too. But love is it's not just, in fact, I would say that the least thing that love is a sentiment. The most important thing that love is an action. And it can look like walking towards, and it can look like walking away. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is go the other way. Just a reminder. And sometimes love is running towards. There's all kinds. It is a deep sense of the underlying unity and beauty of all life, the goodness running through everything, the givingness of life to everything. Nature gives everything it has. How can we do anything less? So, on to the power statements, the treatments, use these words as your own. Pick a mantra from this. Use it every day. Or just today. And feel free to change the words if they don't resonate with you. Say, today I bestow the essence of love upon everything. Everyone shall be lovely to me. My soul meets the soul of the universe in everyone. That's that. I'm going to look into the eyes of every being and see God looking back at me. Everything is beautiful. Everything is meaningful. This love is a healing power touching everything into wholeness, healing the wounds of experience with its divine balm. So love touches everything into wholeness. Because if love isn't there, then it's not whole. And I like that it says that love is also healing balm for the wounds of experience. Because we've all been there. We've all been wounded by experience. Because experience is hard. It is hard. And we all have non-preferred experiences. But love can soften that. Love can soften that. And when we go through a hard experience, love softens that while we move through the experience. So when you see someone going through something that is hard, the best thing that you can do is offer love. And it can look like a variety of different things. It can be soft words. It can be time. It can be listening. It can be a meal. It can be giving them space. It can be surrounding them with people. It can be a hug. Or it can be, let me roll up my sleeves and help with this situation. It can be any and all of those things. And your heart will tell you what's the best for both you and the subject. Or you could just ask the subject. That's another one too. I know that this love essence is the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flowing through my whole being, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. It flows in transcendent loveliness into my world of thought and form, ever renewing, vitalizing, bringing joy, harmony, and blessing to everything and everyone it touches. All right, so our mission today, should we choose to accept it, I'm going to use this one. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to remember that love is more than a sentiment. Love is more than a sentiment. Love is action. And it covers a vast array of actions. It's more than a sentiment. And when we make decisions in love, and we make decisions in subjective love, we will make the right decisions. So, love is more than a sentiment. I'm also going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Last night, I opted to watch a really awful movie that I saw advertised from a couple of years ago. And it was, I love bad movies. I love bad movies. I love bad movies that know they're bad. And what I loved about this was two of the actors in it were actually husband and wife. And I loved watching the husband play this goofball role to his wife. And there were times that his wife's just looking at him like, are you kidding me now? And it was great. And it was kind, it was compassionate. And it had actually a pretty good message. It had a pretty good message for the movie that it was. And so, you know, I knew it was going to be silly, and I knew it wasn't going to be particularly good, but it did pull the heartstrings, which is what I loved. And my husband's kind, compassionate, loving thing for me was to not argue with me about watching it. He didn't even say, really, you're going to watch a Christmas movie now? So sometimes that's what it is. When you do loving, kind, compassionate things, sometimes it is watching a really bad movie and letting your spouse do it without giving them too much grief. So whatever it is that you do that is loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself, please do it every day. If you have a little ritual that you do every day, or find something new, try something new. I encourage you to do it every day because you deserve your own loving, kind compassion. I encourage you to do it every day because I want you to build it up as a default habit. I want you to have a bank of that so that on days that you don't feel you're 100%, you have a bank to pull from. And also, when you meet somebody that needs it, you have a bank to pull from so that you can make that subjective love, that harmonizing love. All right, I also encourage you to go get a face full of sun, go engage your mind and your body, go and drink plenty of water. The weather has been spectacular for the last couple of days. The skies have been blue. It's just been really amazing, and I'm enjoying this weather that lasts like this long here. So, you know, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. All right. There is a book study tonight. It is at 6:30. If you are interested in that, email info@creativelife.org. Get on that mailing list. I believe that book study is done on Zoom. I think all of the book studies are done on Zoom. And that's what I know. I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. It's Saturday. But I'm running up to the booth to do one final. This is it. I'm not going back until it opens. So I don't know. I should be on around 9. I don't expect that to be any different. And I encourage you to do what you need to do to have an amazing day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day, a great day, a loving day, an amazing day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Do what you need to do. All right. Feel free to catch us on all the social medias, Creative Life Spiritual Centers, Facebook and the Instagram. No, the Instagram's Creative Life Spark. The YouTube. And there's lots of great stuff on the YouTube. And I am the Running Rev Ryan on all 3 platforms. These talks are archived on the Running Rev Ryan. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. know that you're loved.